But, TSG, my question to you, you're saying this doesn't look like a playoff team. I think so far we've got, 2 wins in the month of December. I think wins in the NFL in December come at a high price. Winning football games in December is a big deal in this league. If the team that showed up in the second half could put together a whole game, how do you feel about it now?
So, you're right on this, and I actually give that to you. They are going to probably make the playoffs because of the schedule they have through the rest of the season. But if they play this kind of football, depending on who they get first round, which is probably going to be a pretty good team, if they are going to be a wild card entrance, they're going to get their butts kicked. You can't spot these guys a whole half before you start to play. And what's happened, it looked like 2 different teams. And if you noticed, I watched it really closely, and I was tracking their runs in the first half were not there. There were sacks because there was no back in the backfield. There were sacks because they weren't running the ball, so they weren't holding the defense from coming in so fast. We fell behind, and it was that one-dimensional game again where these defensive linemen can just pin their ears back. So the second half, I'm watching it, and you know what I saw? Remember those videos I told you? Remember I watched over 100 videos? The second half, that's what I saw. All those screens out to the talented receivers that we have, to Antonio Bryant, Scotty Miller, these fast guys in space, because the defense was playing off of these guys. So you just take what they give you. And all of a sudden you see our guys getting these short, quick passes. He was throwing to some guys out of the backfield, although Keyshawn Vaughn apparently can't catch a ball out of the backfield. But that's all of a sudden you start seeing old Tom Brady, short. And then what happens? Who gets the touchdown? Antonio Bryant. It opens it up. It sucks those safeties up. They got to start playing the short stuff, and then we take a shot downfield. I think Arians finally just said, go ahead, do what you want to do. And in the second half, Tom said, okay, here we go. And there was just tons and tons of short, really creative stuff.
Well, there was definitely a lot more rollouts. We noticed that.
Yeah,
and I think it's notable that Ronald Jones was not in the lineup with the finger surgery earlier this week. So I think that was an important component in the fact that there were Keyshawn Vaughn was playing, not Ronald Jones. So that may have been part of the pickup scheme and lack of picking up the blitz.
Hey, who knew Tom Brady could move? I thought the guy had his feet stuck in concrete back there. All of a sudden, like you're saying, he was rolling out. And when he was rolling out, he had a wide open throwing lane. There was nobody there. And, I think everybody in the NFL is playing the same way. They're like, he's going to be on this spot, 7 yards behind the center. All you got to do is pin your ears back and go get him. And all of a sudden, he's not there. He just went ahead and moved, 5-6 yards to the right. And ta-da!
That's that TB12 pliability.
Hey, man, he threw a block, too, in that game. I don't know if you guys saw that.
No, I didn't.
The running back.
He threw a what?
He threw a block. Those things.
I missed that.
Yeah, so I don't know if you remember the play where the linebacker came up on a little dump out and hit Fournette, I think it was. I mean, really fast, but Fournette bounced off of him, and then he came back around. Well, as he was coming back around, Tom Brady took off like a dart, dived into this lineman, and he missed. But
no. Time out. You set this up with through a block.
Oh.
Hey, he didn't say he made the block.
He threw it.
Didn't make
he
it.
threw it.
Oh my gosh!
I'll say this. He kind of bounced off of him. He did get him a little bit, but it wasn't effective.
So TSG, I know you're a big stat guy. I think I saw a stat somewhere that in the first half we had like 60 yards of total offense or something like that.
Yeah, it was bad. So the most important one was there were only 8 rushing attempts. And then we went from 8 in the first half. The second half was like 18.
Wow.
And even though we were only 2.5 yards per rush in the first half, and we didn't improve on that very much really at all, except for we started to get a few more yards when we were going up the middle and just kind of getting the hard yards. It's the attempts. It's the attempts that slow down the defensive linemen. It's just that, I can't just rush in. I've got to play the rush. There is a running back there. So, but the yards.
Tom Brady ends up throwing for 400 yards in this game. And again, no turnovers from this offense.